Hello there folks, and welcome to Clean Spot. So as you can see, today's recipe is going to be beans and ripe plantain. The classic version of this dish is normally prepared with palm oil, but I'm going to add my twist to it as usual. So let's go. Our ingredients for today are beans, plantain, olive oil, some vegetable oil to fry, avocado, a couple of onions, bell pepper, tomatoes or tomatoes depending on where you come from, celery, some dry pepper, and some vegetable stock cubes. So first things first, let's just put about a liter of water to boil in a pan so we can start cutting our ingredients. And we're going to start with the tomatoes or tomatoes. I'm actually going to use just 1.5 of this. I'm not going to use both of them. So I'm just going to cut all my ingredients together and blend them. So the tomatoes, my green pepper, together with the onion. Blend without water, that is very important. And oops, I think I forgot to add some pepper. Yeah, there you are. And this is our result. So now we will chop 1 medium-sized onion, and then I think we have to go and check on our water. Okay, it's ready. So all you have to do is to just pour your beans in it, stir it a little, and then we're going to cover it up and set it aside and just let it cook in peace. And back to our onions, as we said. So after it's been chopped, I'm just going to throw it inside a bowl. I'll chop my carrot, and the quantity of all the ingredients will be stated below in the description box, so make sure you check the description box for the quantities. This is actually a technique that Italians use for most of their sauces. And I'm going to use this to fry the oil before I add my beans. And this gives it a very delicate taste and a very light one. And I'll be using olive oil instead of the red palm oil, just to make it more diet friendly. I still dream about the days when we were young. I'll take a hit and still finish in one. And after the carrots, we are going to chop our celery, and this is how it's supposed to be. And we'll just put everything together and leave them aside so they can familiarize with each other while we concentrate on our plantain for now. So we'll just peel our plantain and cut them into small chops, as you can see. After chopping, we need to add some salt, so I'll just add a little bit of salt and just mix it up. And we don't have to forget about our beans, we have to check on it. So let's go and check on our beans, which I think it's now almost ready. We have to remember to add our salt to it because at the beginning we didn't, so here I'm adding a little bit of salt. And yeah, we need to cover it up for a couple of minutes for the salt to actually melt and just dissolve into the beans. So after 2 to 3 minutes, our beans is ready. And now all I have to do is to drain the beans and leave it aside to cool while I fry our plantain and prepare the sauce for the beans. So oil, you're about to fry the plantain. If you want to test the temperature of the oil, all you have to do is to just put one tiny plantain in the oil, and if you see the bubbles around it, that means your oil is ready to go. I'll take a hit and still finish one. Yeah, yeah. And voila, this is what you're going to get after frying your plantain. Now we have to prepare our sauce, and for that we're going to need about 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And to this we'll add our chopped mix to it, and we are going to stir until it's well caramelized, and that is when it gets to this consistency. And then we'll add our blended mix to it and continue to stir. And after a while we have to cover it up, so we're going to cover it up and then wait for about 5 to 10 minutes and add a seasoning, vegetable seasoning to it. And yeah, so after the water is absorbed in it, I'll just add the beans. And the reason why I drained it at the beginning was because I don't want it to be too liquidy, especially when I eat this version of beans. I don't use gari, so I don't want it to be too liquidy. That was the reason why I drained it. So I'm just gonna add the water of the beans a little at a time until it gets to the consistency that I actually want. I'm gonna add some salt, and then yeah. So now all we have to do is cover it and let it simmer. Just lower the heat and let it simmer and cook slowly. And there you have it, your vegan, diet-friendly beans that is going to be served with ripe plantain and avocado. So my recipes are not meant to be prescriptive. They are just to serve as inspiration. So just, free your imagination and let me inspire you to maybe cook your own version of beans, and just let me know. Remember to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share my videos. And if you should ever try any of my dishes, please send it to me on Instagram. Thanks for watching, and bye bye.